Isn't it nice to have a coach that's fully transparent on the extent of injuries and the estimation on when players are coming back? It's a breath of fresh air, people. Welcome back to Ravens Today, part of the Fanark Sports Network. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda, giving you all the latest updates on anything and all things Ravens. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So, the first thing I said, just off that topic, Jesse Minter spoke to the media yesterday and was asked about the extent of Nate Wiggins and Marlon Humphrey's injuries. And he said that they are more than likely going to come back at the end of the week. It is nothing serious, possibly next week as well. So it's, again, nothing too serious. Isn't it fantastic? Repeating myself, that we have a coach who lets us know when players are coming back. Like how serious it is. Of course, we've never really had any real traction on the estimation of when Nemandi Madubuike is coming back, but that's because we've gone into that already. But Nate Wiggins and Marlon Humphrey coming back next week, I thought that they would come back, or at least I thought Marlon Humphrey would come back sooner than that, but I thought Nate Wiggins would be back before week 1 of the regular season, but not this soon. The Ravens doctors we hired are working overtime. Holy, like this, like we could come out of this, knock on wood, we could come out of this training camp with no season-ending injuries and nothing that is long-term. It's just a breath of fresh air. So happy that, we have a coach that tells us what's going on and tells us the status of these players. Oh, it is just something else, man. Something else. And you gotta love it. You gotta love it as a Ravens fan. I certainly do. I hope you guys do as well. This is just it's just wonderful to be able to not be stressed out on the status of our players, where we can finally just be, okay, they're coming back next week. That's all we got to know. And that's all we don't need to worry about it because that's what we were told, you know. Breath of fresh air. Mind you, also, if you haven't watched The Wired, by the way, you need to, because we cannot let our new offensive line coach, Dwayne Ledford, leave. We can't let him leave ever. We will need to throw in the kitchen sink with him. Mind you, the Ravens hired him in the offseason from the Falcons, and he has been considered the best offensive line coach in the league, and it's showing in practices. I cannot stress this enough, people. If you have not watched it, go and watch it. It is just mind-boggling the way that he is coaching. And we are going to see a completely revamped offensive line here. Mind you, I'm switching over to the offense for this next part. Because, again, it has to be addressed. Ledford is making Ronnie Stanley look like a rookie with the hand placement, with everything. Ronnie Stanley's been in the league for a while. But Ledford's making him go back to basics. He's, finiting the little details. The details that can be crucial for an offensive line, crucial for protection of Lamar Jackson, crucial for open run lanes for Derrick Henry. Just crucial time in the pocket. Crucial time that the offensive line can save for Lamar Jackson to be in the pocket. The more time that Lamar Jackson has to throw, the more dangerous he is. The more, time he has to find open run lanes when nobody's open. That's what Ledford is teaching to these guys. And I cannot stress this enough. We can't let him leave. We can't. Because the way that he's been teaching, our offensive line would be fantastic for years to come. Mind you, I still don't think that type of coaching would have been relayed to Daniel Falele, but he's not on our team anymore. So, again, Can't let him leave. He is dealing right now. He is just wheeling and dealing, just bringing these guys back to basics and working on the small details, the things that these guys have missed, the things that these guys have struggled with the past couple seasons. And our offensive line is just going to look fantastic in ways that we've been wanting for so long. But the urgency is still there, which is even better. Lamar Jackson addressed, like, how is the urgency still there, even with the new coaching staff? And that includes the offensive line coach, that includes Jesse Minter, that includes Declan Doyle, that includes Anthony Weaver. He said yes. The urgency is still there to win a Super Bowl. He promised us that he would get us a Super Bowl ring. And he said, even if when we win a Super Bowl, he wants more. The urgency to want more is always there. What else can you say? I really can't I really can't fathom how people can just say Lamar Jackson just always isn't the best player. His mindset is he wants to get to that mountaintop. He wants to be the king, you know? He wants to be there with that Super Bowl ring. And Lord knows when that happens, people, the receipts are coming. We, the Ravens flock, are going to go scorched earth on everyone. Mind you, rightfully so, because, you know, all the flack that Lamar Jackson's had over the years, all the flack that the Ravens have had over the years. And again, it'll just prove to everyone that it was not Lamar Jackson entirely. It was a coaching thing. But the urgency is there. The hunger to win it all is there. I bet you Lamar Jackson and Jesse Minter have sat down and said, I want to win this. I want to do it this year. And Jesse Minter said, hell yeah, I want to do that too. Again, like I said before, only 2 head coaches in the NFL's history have ever won a Super Bowl in their first year as head coach. One in the 60s and one in the 80s. I can't bring up the names. I don't remember their names, but it happened. It has happened before. One of them was the Baltimore Colts. But still, Jesse Minter can be that third because of the talent, because of Lamar Jackson's urgency, his hunger. He turns 30. Oh my gosh, he turns 30 this season. Urgency to win is still very much there. The urgency to win again after winning that first Super Bowl is still there. You want to retire with more rings than Brady. Obviously, that is a very far fetched idea and a very big hot take. Can Lamar Jackson do it? That's my best answer. Obviously, Brady had a lot of success over the years, and Lamar has yet to win his first. But in the NFL, never say never. I mean, I would be completely caught off guard if that were to happen, but that requires winning 8 Super Bowls, which is a very tall ladder to climb. But again, we're not reaching that far yet. We still got the urgency. We still got the urgency to win that first one. Love this by Lamar Jackson. And I feel like the players on the offensive line, on the wide receivers, the running backs, the defense, the corners, the special teams, all of them have that same urgency as well because they want to win it. They don't want to be that team that almost got there, whether it was in the conference championship or the divisional round playoff, the wild card, anything like that. They want to win it now. Guarantee it. But mind you, closing this off here, we love to talk about, or we love to talk passionately about our defense of Lamar Jackson. In that sense of we will defend our quarterback till the very end. Dan Orlovsky came out with his list of the 2026 rankings in terms of quarterback. And again, this list is completely invalid because we know that he will always have Josh Allen first because they are part of the same agency. It makes the most sense because, his take is always invalid, but we're always going to defend Lamar Jackson here. And in this sense. He said he ranked Ravens QB Lamar Jackson as the 8th best NFL quarterback at second reaction ability, or what happens when plan A doesn't work. Players ranked above him: Josh Allen, right off the bat. Yeah, that's completely thrown in the trash and out the window. Caleb Williams, Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes makes sense. Drake May doesn't make sense. Again, in the trash. I skipped Caleb Williams because, again, Caleb Williams is working under Ben Johnson. I want to see him in his second year under Ben Johnson. Sam Darnold, again, can't put a price tag on that simply because second year under Mike Mack. Bo Nix, again, can't say much on that either. And Brock Purdy are in the trash again. All of these quarterbacks better than Lamar Jackson in terms of second reaction ability. Can we talk about one of the greatest Lamar Jackson plays in recent seasons, where the ball was hiked? This was at the goal line of the Bengals, if we all remember. Ball was hiked. Lamar bobbled it, was like running around, threw Sam Hubbard to the ground with a stiff arm, threw it to Isaiah Likely for the touchdown, and it was something that you'd watch and you're going like that the whole time. You know, it was one of those things for me where I stared at my screen for a solid 2 seconds, like in just complete shock, and it was just like, what just happened? And it was incredible. But anyway, like, that is just one of many times of the decision making of Lamar Jackson, and yet he ranks that low. Can we just remind people that Josh Allen, had a clear path to the playoffs without Patrick Mahomes, without Lamar Jackson, and was the sole reason why the Bills did not go to the AFC Championship game? We all know that video. We all know that footage. Ran it, fumbled it. Not a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. And he still put Lamar Jackson as low as he did. His take is invalid, and it'll always be invalid, no matter what. Okay? People, say what you want. I never take it seriously. When he posts a list like this, but I will defend my quarterback till the end of time. Heck, if it was Joe Flacco or something like that. If Joe Flacco was performing like Lamar Jackson, or when Joe Flacco, 2008 to 2012 Joe Flacco, when we, his playoff run for the Super Bowl, and Dan would still rank him lower than that, if this was now, I would still freaking defend my quarterback, because at the end of the day, he's a Baltimore Raven. Thank you for tuning into Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning to the show. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Have a good one, everyone.